Hey guys, DVSGames here. Welcome to another video. I want to go ahead and show off my Subjugation battle teams. I've already cleared it for the day, but we're going to try it again and see if we can get a little bit better score. Currently, this is the one that I'm running. I have my Hrasvelg on triple flight. Now, the runes are not maximized, so this team could be better. But he is basically there because he has an attack lead. He gives an attack buff and an attack speed lead. I'm sorry, not speed lead, an attack speed boost. As I said, he's not maxed out. His runes aren't maxed, so definitely some room for improvement. Against the fire dungeon, I'm running my water homunculus, who is he should be pretty maxed out. Some of his runes need to be upgraded, like this one. His 3 and 5 need to be 16'd. His artifacts aren't updated all the way either. Again, they should both be attack. Unfortunately, I'm not sure why I haven't gotten around to it. I use him in TOA and TOA hard, so that might have something to do with it. My Ralk is currently on Fatal Revenge, and not totally skilled up. His runes are maxed though. Artifacts need to be maxed out as well. But his stats overall are pretty good. This is my Violent Trikaru, and the only reason I put him on Violet is actually totally accidental. I didn't mean to actually get that, but when you get the runes that have the stats that work, that's pretty much what you're going to use regardless. His defense runes are obviously, his defense artifacts are obviously maxed out, because you do want to get that defense as high as possible. And then this is the Astar I use for Necro. I do have a rage set that I could put on her to see if I push out a little bit more damage, but then I forget to move them around, and then it ends up causing problems. So I typically try not to move too many runes around, but I do have another Astar that's in the wings getting ready to go. So I know that this is pretty much the team that everybody is using now as a default for all three. However, my rune quality is not enough to get me to level 20, so I do still move monsters around a little bit. Now, when you are running this, there is the settings, just in case you didn't know, that you can actually change the attack order to go directly to the boss, so that way when you get to stages 5, 10, 15, and 20, you automatically attack them, and it does save you a little bit of time. Now, ideally, when you get to stage 15, you want to be right around a minute. As I said, my rune quality is not there, so I know for a fact I won't be there when we get to that point. But you really don't want them taking a turn, at least prior to stage 15. Ideally, you want to make it to 15 without the monsters on the enemy sides getting any turns, and it'll get you I believe it's 7 little boxes for your subjugation, which is awesome. You know, I mean, if you have the best RNG in the world, you can typically, I think typical rewards I get is 41, or I think it's 41 boxes. So if you had the best RNG in the world, that would be 41 Devilmon, you know, or 41 LD scrolls, whatever your heart really wants for that particular reward. For me in particular, it's Devilmon. I need them. But yeah, this is just the team that I use, and for this particular battle, and it does well enough. Like I said, it gets to the point where when I get to the final wave, I'm usually right on the verge of getting it, but I end up missing out. I'm sure if you ran it a few more times, maybe the RNG goes in your favor and you get it. But as you can see here, we just didn't get it. We barely missed it. We cleared wave 17 according to this. But if you go through, you can see I actually did clear wave 18 and got my better record this time around. For wind, it's mostly the same. It's the same route, same Rasbelg, same as Star, but it is Belager in place. And he's their typical R5 Belager. I'm sure you've seen the runes in prior videos, but I use him just because he has a higher attack lead, and his damage output for the most part is always going to be AoE, unless he's teaming up with Rauk. And then the Vertihile is the typical Vertihile that I use for my Trikaru Dragons team. I do need to upgrade his slot 5 rune, but the team works pretty much the same way. It goes through, it deals damage, it attacks bosses. Only thing I really don't like though is that Belager's animation is extremely slow. So overall, I think if there was another monster I could use in its place, it would speed up the runs significantly, and I'd probably be able to get to that last maybe 2 stages. As I said, it really, you don't have to worry about anything with Belager because he's always going to be attacking AoE. Anytime that he goes, basically he's just going to nuke everything. And in this case, he doesn't kill the boss, but he kills everything else, so he's back up to 5 stacks. Here, he nukes, kills everybody, back up to 5 stacks. But every time he gets back up to those 5 stacks, it does take a split second longer than I really think it should. If Zeros had a reliable AI and always used his skill 3, I would gladly put him in at this point. If Lucian had a reliable AI, I would gladly put him in at this point, because he would always have a skill 3 up thanks to the Rauk team-ups. Well, maybe not thanks to the Rauk team-ups, but at the same time, I feel like he would have it up very consistently, and it would be enough to actually warrant using him. Like I said, at this point, the mons that you're actually facing, they're defense-based, so they don't go down really quickly. But here we are on stage 16. They finally get their first turn. Belager kills 2 more at once, ends up stacking up to 5, and then Rauk teams up with somebody, ends up killing most of them off. Now here on stage 18, I can't kill off, and this is where I end up losing. Now in this particular set, I have gotten in the past to stage 19, but I just couldn't do it this time around, so I might be playing around with that a little bit more. And for this particular team, I'm only running a 4-man team. Same Homu, same Ikaru, same Rasbelg, but I am using Tashar. And the only reason I'm using Tashar is because he has the AoE attack after his initial attack. This is the actual rage set that I was talking about putting on my Astar. Once I get the Astar up to level 60 and fully ascended, I do plan on using that set on her, and I'm sure that'll make a difference in a multitude of content, but at this point it's useless to put it on her. My Tashar could definitely use skill ups, and that would make him hit harder on multiple attacks. His artifacts could also use some work. I have him on tanky artifacts just because I think at the moment that's what I had. But as you can see here, the runs seem like they're a little bit slower. And again, the animation of Tashar attacking and then attacking again, it does slow down just a little bit. But again, this does get us to wave 15 without them getting a turn. And then once we get here, well, this time he didn't get a turn because we actually stunned him, which is great. So then once we get to 16, everything gets stunned. It gives you a little bit more control. Like I said, we're right around that 1 minute mark at stage 15. But at this point, I'm not killing them in one shot anymore. So this is where it starts to slow down. Finally, they get an attack off on stage 17. But as you can see, it really slows us up a lot. But the Char has been able to take his AoE attack on every wave just because of the fact that everybody else can take him down so low that his AoE attack will kill something if his single attack doesn't. Actually, I don't want to jinx it, but this might actually be my best record. Nope. I missed that last one. Oh, it is my best. Alright, cool. Well, anyway, guys, that was the team. In a future video, I'll go ahead and show you whatever King Slime pops up and the team that I use for that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good one. See y'all in the next one.